Hello friends, in this video we will know about what is literature, what is the meaning of literature, definitions, types of literature, kinds of literature and what are the main functions of literature. So first we know about what actually word literature means. What is the meaning of literature. लास्ट तक वीडियो को देखिएगा क्योंकि इसमें हम बहुत सारे इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक डिस्कस करने वाले हैं. The word literature is derived from Latin word literatura. Word literature meaning writing formed with letters, means any piece of writing that includes letter is known as literature. Next is definition, but it is difficult to precisely define, though many have tried, but it is clear that the accepted definition of literature is constantly changing and evolving because there are different definitions of literature and all those are defined on the basis of its properties. So first is anything which is present in written form is called literature. Next is anything which is present in written and spoken form is called literature. Means any piece of writing that are present in written or spoken form is called it literature. Can we say that magazines or technical books or newspapers are also literature? These all exist in the written form but they lack artistic taste. ये रिटन फॉर्म में तो होती हैं लेकिन इनमें आर्टिस्टिक टेस्ट की जो है कमी होती है. सो द डेफिनेशन शुड बी, आई हैव ऑल्सो डिस्कस सम मोर डेफिनेशंस ऑफ इंग्लिश लिटरेचर. Pieces of writing that are valued as work of art, especially novels, plays and poems having the artistic taste. Means the above definition is not enough to define the literature completely. We find two arguments in this definition. If only written material is called literature, then what about that literature which was produced in the ancient times and was lost during wars? And next point, that is in ancient times people practiced the storytelling method to present their piece of writing. So next is here will be written, not writing. Written works of specific language, culture and era which is considered of a sublime value. Means, so by this definition we come to know that any material written in a specific language, any type of material which is written in a specific language representing a specific culture and era is called literature. It should have a sublime value. Sublime means that is it should take you from the real world to the world of imagination. Means it should provide you the aesthetic pleasures. Means ये ऐसा लिटरेचर जो हमें रियल लाइफ से, रियल वर्ल्ड से इमेजिनेशन वर्ल्ड में ले जाता है. Next is literature teaches us humanity and makes us human. Means literature makes its readers humble and sensible. And next is literature is an art replete with artistic embellishment. Means it means the literature is an art which use an artistic, a very beautiful language to convey its messages even if they are bitter. Literature propagates them very beautifully. For example, the use of satire. The use of satire also makes the literature very interesting. Next is there is no literature. There is no literature without imagination. Means in literature, when an author writes about something in his imaginations, he expresses his thoughts on what is he writing about. He uses the medium of writing to propagate his thought into the society. His imaginations have the sublime value which makes his readers to move from the world of realities to the up to the world of imagination. Next is we can say literature represents the culture and tradition of a language or people. Means literature shows the events of the age in which it was written. It depicts the civilizations, their lifestyle, and their deeds through the medium of writing. Next is literature is a record of human deed and human race. Means it talks about the this definition talk about the history, that is what were the mindsets of people in the ancient times, how did they ponder over life and its aspects of what were their deed accordingly. An author analyzes all this record critically by his own point of view. Next is it is a record of man experience, observation, activities, bent of mind, and analysis of life with his own personal feelings. Means it shows the realities of life. Means what are the reality of life, either they are beautiful or bitter. It shows the everyday problems and cause of life very truthfully. It also influences the masses with its intellectual content. Some more definitions are awake sorry yes, and next is literature shows true picture of life and influences masses. Literature deals with life and its fact. Literature holds a mirror up to life. It shows the realities of life of beautifully arbiter what were the condition, whatever the condition is. It shows the everyday problems and cause of life very truthfully. It also influences the masses with its intellectual contents. For example, I'm going to take the example of Oliver Twist, which was written by Charles Dickens. In this novel, Dickens has shown that the how poor children are compelled to do work at very younger age. And next example may be A Tale of Two Cities. It is the also the written by Dickens. It is the Dickens novels, and it also shows the situations of French Revolution when the streets were colored red with blood. Means जो ये novel है A Tale of Two Cities. In this novel, you know एक फ्रेंच रिवॉल्यूशन टाइम पे वॉर का जो है वो डिस्क्रिप्शन किया गया है. नेक्स्ट इज अ वीक टर्म ऑफ पोएट्री. A vague term of poetry, novels, and dramas, short stories, anything written in fact with an apparently artistic purpose rather than merely to communicate information. Means a piece of writing is said to be literature when it serves artistic purpose, that is, it should have artistic taste and provides aesthetic pleasure. Means when someone says this novel or this poem is bad, it means that it is badly written or fails to achieve the status of art. Means next we can say anything written and examined as if it has an artistic purpose is called literature. So after definition, next topic is types of literature. How many types of literature? So literature is divided in two types: applied literature and pure literature. Applied literature, this type of literature writer communicates certain information to the reader. Example, Rich Dad Poor Dad and Atomic Habits. Pure literature. Pure literature is a body of written work. In this type of literature, author totally focus on प्लेजर. मीन्स प्योर लिटरेचर में ऑथर का जो पूरा फोकस होता है, कंसंट्रेशन होता है, वो उसके प्लेजर पे होता है कि वो अपने नॉवेल्स राइटिंग को कितना इंटरेस्टिंग बना सकता है रीडर के लिए. एग्जाम्पल, हैरी पॉटर नॉवेल है जो कि एक ऑड एंड ग्रेशियन अर्न. इट इज़ द एग्जाम्पल ऑफ प्योर लिटरेचर. नेक्स्ट इज काइंड्स ऑफ लिटरेचर. There are two kinds of literature: oral literature and written literature. Oral literature includes ballads, myths, rhyme, songs, folk tales, etc. And in written literature, drama, autobiography, biography, poetry, prose, science fiction, and journalistic literature. So next topic is functions of literature. What are the main functions of literature? Aesthetic pleasure, awareness, uplift moral, entertain and give pleasure to the reader. So that's all. If you find this video helpful, please like this video and share with your friends and subscribe this channel for such further videos. Thank you.